Hey guys, today I wanted to share 3 anime I regret watching completely. So these are animes that I've all finished. I finished all 3 of these, but they either had a bad ending, outright boring, or just freaking gooner horrible material that I never want to relive. So I'm gonna explain these to you today, and if you go and watch them after this video, you're a freaking idiot. And I gotta excuse my broken window right here. I was trying to kill a roach and I hit it with a shoe and the glass went everywhere. But guys, today I prepared a PowerPoint on these 3 anime and I'll be going through it with you. And so you can kind of see like a visual representation. So it's not just me sitting here talking. So it's gonna be entertaining to your fried dopamine receptors. So let's get right into the slideshow. Boom. Alright guys, here we are on the computer. I spent the past probably a week or so working on this little project, whipping it up, throwing it together. I took a class on how to use Google Slides to make sure I was an expert on this and presented the information as accurately as possible. So without any more wasting of your time, let's talk about 3 anime I regret watching by Luffy Not Cringe. That's my actual name, guys. Anime number 1, Yosuga no Sora. In English, is known as like the Skies Connection, I think. And this is the poster for the anime. Now, if you heard of this anime, you probably already know what I'm going to talk about. But if you don't, you got a lot in store waiting for you. Let me just say that. Oh, it says a little tagline right here. In solitude where we are at least alone. This might sound like, oh, this is like a nice little countryside anime. You know, slice of life. Frick no, it's not. Reasons why this anime is horrible. For one, it's weird. There's a lot of repeating plot points, such as this main character dude right here going through all the different girls in his town, dating them, having sex with them, everything demonic. It's just horrible. It's basically just like a giant sex party that this whole anime is going through. And yeah, so this main character right here, and I'll get to who this character is in a second, but let's just say they're a little close. So they move back to the countryside after their parents die, and they move into their old home. And this dude meets all his childhood friends, which are all girls, and they all end up freaking banging him. Let me move my webcam. They all end up freaking banging him, and the whole point of it is him just trying to freaking get with them. So yeah, very repeating plot. Once he gets with one girl, it switches to the next arc, and the whole arc is just him focusing on one girl at a time, if that makes sense. The characters are also really flat. They're all just trying to bang this dude. That's about it. Another thing is this anime is just romanticizing taboo themes, such as like having multiple partners. This girl right here, this is his sister, actually. I don't know if it's like a stepsister kind of thing or what, but still very demonic, very pagan. It's honestly just super evil, and it's just disgusting that they're animating this and people are actually watching this. I went to this anime not thinking that. I was actually just wanting like a nice kind of peaceful, chill slice of life anime, and I saw on TikTok there's a nice chill anime, and I got trolled basically. So yeah, romanticizing very taboo themes. Overall, this anime gives anime as a whole like a bad rap. People, a normie might see something like this and think, oh, all animes like this, y'all are disgusting, y'all are degenerates. But it's not really true because, you know, there's a lot of really good shows that dive into really deep topics like One Piece. Let me think. Chainsaw Man. Okay, never mind. That's kind of a gooner show too. But you get my point. This anime gives other anime a bad rap if this is your first introduction to anime. Another thing, it's lying. Lying's bad. This anime basically tricks you into thinking it's a wholesome anime. Like I said, thought it was a nice little chill thing because it has like the countryside and stuff. I'll show some clips on screen. But turns out it's very disgusting, and it leads you down a pipeline of depravity. So, you know, if you watch this and you like it, then you're going to have other, like, perversions in your mind, and you're going to start liking other terrible stuff, and it's going to lead you down a very dark, demonic path. And it's also normalizing mental illness. If you like your sister, you're pretty mentally ill, and you should be put in, like, a mental hospital. And if you're this dude, frickin' it's terrible. And then, frickin' at the end of the show, his friends, like, I kind of skipped around the show. I don't really watch every episode. There's like the big twist at the end, and his childhood friends, they find out that like the brother and sister, they like each other, and they basically kick him out of town and call him disgusting, which at least that's kind of good. But it's like the message you're saying is this isn't that bad. Society's just judging them, which is crazy. That's terrible. And also, worst of all about this anime, all these characters are freaking kids. Child. I don't know how young they are, but probably under 18 because they're all in high school, so even worse. Anime number 2, Nana. Nana, I think. That's also the number 7 in Japanese. So basically, this anime is just on the surface is about these two girls, both named Nana, and they're opposites. This girl's pretty emo, kind of alternative, into like rock music and stuff. Not really that feminine. And then this girl, very feminine, likes dresses and makeup and all that kind of stuff, strawberries and that kind of thing. And she's very bubbly, very, I don't want to say dumb, but she's kind of dumb. This girl's more smart, this girl's more dumb. They're just basically opposites. And they come into contact with each other one day on the train when this Nana is moving to the city, and they decide, hey, like, let's freaking get an apartment together, basically. So they get an apartment together because they become friends, and the whole story is just like how their lives are intertwined and how these polar opposites like come together, basically. It sounds kind of dumb on the surface, but you have to watch it to really understand. So basically, the reason why I regret watching this anime, this is a very good anime. It has a lot of really good ratings. Many have rated it a 10 out of 10, but there's one reason in particular why I regret watching this. The ending frickin' ruined it. There's almost not really an ending at all in this anime. Wait, let me put a little picture right here so you guys don't get bored. So yeah, let's see. Let me get up here so y'all can see me, so I don't get cut off. All right, so there's not really an ending at all to this anime. It has a horrible conclusion, and that's basically due to this is an adaptation of an unfinished manga. The author who made it, I'm not exactly sure why she's taking a break. I can't remember if she might be sick or something like that. I mean, like, I'm not like mad at her because she didn't finish the manga, but I'm kind of mad at the anime studio. They would make an anime based on an unfinished manga that they knew was unfinished, and they make the story, they get it all popular, and they don't warn you that it's an unfinished manga. I had no idea this was an unfinished manga, and I get the end, and I have so many unanswered questions, and I was just angry by the ending. So it freaking, the second to last episode, it ends like up here at the peak, and then the next episode, freaking cliffhanger. That's it. It does not, is barely any resolution at all. It's like a time travel future episode. Like, it shows like what these characters are up to like 10 years down the road, and it's just kind of stupid. It doesn't really make sense. It leaves you feeling very empty inside, wanting more, but too bad you'll never get more because this anime is unfinished and you'll never get conclusions. So it's basically like doing drugs. So if that manga ever gets finished, my opinion would definitely change. But for now, it left you on a cliffhanger. It's just annoying. All right, now we're moving on to the third anime I regret watching. Probably the one I regret watching the most. This is Hensuki, and this is the poster right here. And ignore this because I didn't know this was the tagline of it because I saw the Japanese title, and I couldn't read Japanese at the time. So basically, this is the freakiest piece of animation trash ever made, and I should have known. Like, just look at the animation style of this. I should have known this was gonna be freaky. And freaking, she's dressed as a dog. Nice. All right, but let me defend myself. How did I come across such a work of art? Well, it all started with one of my friends that introduced me to this anime, and he kind of advertises an anime with the crazy twist. And, you know, me, myself, I love anime with crazy twists because they're so interesting. I like when you're thinking one thing and then they like, avert your expectations and it goes in a completely different path. I really like that. But little did I know, this was not the kind of twist I was thinking of. It turned out to be a very disgusting, demonic, and freaky twist. So the reason I watched this is because I really trusted my friend's judgment for anime. And I thought I was about to watch a masterpiece. I didn't think it would be that bad. He didn't really warn me either or preface that this is going to be Gooner material, but sadly, this anime turned out to be a demonic, pagan, piece of crap show. Let's see the pictures I put up here. Boom. Freaky. Alright, But what's really bad about this anime? Basically, it's about these pervert girls with these weird kinks. Like this one girl who wants to be a dog, another girl who wants to be dominant, and another girl that's very submissive. Um, but now that I know Japanese, I know the real title of this anime, which I should have just translated before, but honestly, I didn't really care. I was like, couldn't be that bad. But the actual title is Hensuki. Are you willing to fall in love with the pervert as long as she's a cutie? What kind of title is that? What a title. And in conclusion, the big twist in this anime was basically his sister having a crush on him and liking him a little too much. So it's basically like the other anime I talked about, Yosuga no Sora. And they're both kind of similar in a way. They're just horrible pieces of crap animation and can honestly leave like a young impressionable mind down like a dark path where you become like very perverted and stuff, and that's not good for our society. This kind of theme of like sisters and brothers is way too prevalent in anime. I don't know why this is a thing. I don't know what the frick is with Japan in this, because I went to Japan last summer. I don't really see too much of this, like these disgusting taboo themes where I lived, because I didn't live in Tokyo. Cities are usually where the crazy kind of experimental pagan ideas come from, and in the countryside is where people are more normal. That's where the normal people are, and where I live in Japan is very normal, so not too much of this stuff all in my face, which I was very happy about. And also my final just thought on this anime is, how does crap like this make it past a board meeting? What kind of, you're telling me there's business dudes sitting around, a dude came in like, all right, I got an idea for a show. We're basically gonna be like, we're going to have this dude, he's in a harem with all these girls want him, and they have all these weird kinks. And basically the big plot twist is, wait for it, his sister has a crush on him.
That's a great idea. You, sir, are a genius.
Yeah, what the frick? Yeah, these are just some of the snapshots from the anime, because I don't really want to show any of it on YouTube, because my channel's going to get immediately deleted, banned to the Shadow Realm. Once again, this is an anime revolving around freaking high schoolers, and it just has to be one of the worst anime ever made. This is how most people will react after watching something like this. So, in conclusion, after watching these 3 anime, well, 2 out of the 3, or 1 out of the 3 isn't that bad, but the other 2, very horrible. So my final closing thought is, in conclusion, don't watch any of these or Satan will drag you to hell immediately. So that's about it. See you guys.